Greetings everyone, Paola of PaolaPonceNails.com, your source for soft gel nail education. Today we'll be talking about an item in my studio that kind of goes unnoticed, but that I use in just about every how-to tutorial. The Valentino Gen 4 Dust Collector Machine. Now before we begin, I want to let you know that I've purchased this machine with my own money, and this video is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form by Valentino Beauty Pure. This video is simply overdue. As the amount of new dust collectors begin to make an entrance into the world of nails at different and various price points, I myself begin to get a bit intrigued by the assortment of colors, shapes, and sizes of these new machines, and so I peeked and almost made the switch into the new. And at the end of this video, I'll tell you why I didn't decide to switch out my Valentino for the new stuff out there, so hang tight. In this video, we'll be looking at the Valentino Gen 4 specifics, improvements, and I'll give you 3 tips and tricks to get the best capture when using the Valentino Dust Collector. Let's begin. So what is the Valentino Gen 4 and how does it work? The Gen 4 is the 4th generation model of the Valentino machine. It's looked like this, like that, like this, and today this is what the newest model looks like. The Valentino Dust Collector is intended to suction fine to medium dust particles, which usually come from filing dead skin, natural nails, and soft and hard gel nails. Larger dust particles coming from the filing of acrylic and dip powder nails will inevitably, without the use of a dust collector, be pulled down by gravity, and yes, some will end up on your hands as you block it from being captured by the suction here. The machine is shaped with a slope to keep the client's hand positioned comfortably throughout the filing stages of her service. Its highest point measures 4.5 inches, the front and back areas measure about 9.5 inches, and the side areas measure a little over 11 inches. The V-grade area itself measures 8 by 6 inches. The machine weighs approximately 7 pounds, which is heavy, I know. The weight does not only make it durable, however, but also prevents it from gliding as you and your client work over it. At the front, it has a knob for you to adjust the suction speed. Typically, the finer the dust, the higher the speed should be. It has a fan on the underside to keep the machine cool. The Valentino Dust Collector uses replaceable filters that would need to be switched out at least once a month, but the dust should be cleared out from the filter after each client. And if you're like me and think you most probably will forget when you switched out your filter, then write the date on it. The new Gen 4 model offers these 3 key improvements. Number 1, a wider capture source. The previous model had a 5 by 6 inch capture area. The Gen 4 has been updated to a 6 by 8 inch area, and if you think you still need a bigger space, you may want to reconsider the working position you're at. You may not be working at a suitable and healthy posture. Which brings me to the second key improvement. Number 2, a better ergonomic design. The slope and the additional width to the hand rest area helps to posture your client and keep her in place so that you're not chasing her movements, which can throw off your back and shoulders. The new larger width also allows you to broaden your chest and shoulder areas to relax your neck and shoulders. 3, 25% quieter than older models. This is a biggie. Now think about it. Even the best household vacuum is loud, and when have you ever heard a silent blow dryer? If you fully give up noise in a suction machine, you most likely are also going to give up power. So if noise irritates you more than a tidy, dustless work area, what can I tell you? Now, before I give you my 3 tips and tricks for the best capture when using the Valentino, I may need to state the obvious here before I do. The closer you can work to the capture source, the greater the chance of keeping dust particles from going airborne. With that being understood, here are my 3 best capture tips. Number 1, minimize the amount of hand filing you do, because hand filing swings you and dust away from the V-grade. Try to do most of your finished filing with an e-file so that you can easily position yourself and your client over the capture area. Number 2, temporarily remove the V-grade if you find it uncomfortable to hand file close to the capture area. Temporarily removing it will allow maximum capture. Number 3, work over a slightly wet large towel or work with a humidifier in your room. The moisture in the room will weigh down the dust particles, removing them from being airborne more quickly, and they will make them land in your capture area also. Now, if I had to make any improvements to the Valentino, it would be 1. I wish there was a longer power cord. I don't know if it's me, but every time I plug it in, I seem to run out of string. And by the same token, I kind of wish the adapter was on the right side, because again, I somehow always end up with the electrical on my right hand side. But again, that's minor. I can adjust it. I can just run the cable through the underneath so that it goes to the right side. Other than that, I told you earlier I would tell you why I didn't decide to switch out my Valentino for the new machines out there. And that is because I was checking out a particular brand when I saw there was an option to add a maintenance plan. And you may be saying, that's great, extra security, but this is my third Valentino machine, folks, and not because any of them have broken. Never even a glitch. I bought Gen 2 and gave that up because I was switching over to the flush mount, the one that integrates into your work table. And then a couple of years later, I moved out of state and could not take it with me. And without researching, without hesitation, without even making nail money quite yet, I called and ordered a brand I trust and have relied on for years. Again, without a single glitch. And I used my machines 5 days a week, 8 to 12 hours per day. So quite heavily. So when I saw an extended warranty offered on these new regarded brands of machines, my curiosity for them quickly dropped. Immediately I thought to myself, what? These things break? I'll tell you again, and you can read between the lines. Never even a glitch. And here's the cool part about the Valentino brand. If you had an issue, you can probably just call them straight up, tell them you have a problem. A, they'll be shocked, and 2, they'll take care of you so fast and like family. I just know they will. That's what they do out there in Florida. The Valentino Beauty Pure Collector is the machine of dust collector machines. It is no wonder why some even are starting to take after it. That's it for me, folks. Hope this video got you off the fence in case you were still doubting. At this time, when it comes to table collecting units, I personally will not spend my money elsewhere other than the tried and true Valentino Beauty Pure. And with that, I'll see you next week.